Hey guys, so the Jerry Mayor was just selected and it's pretty sick. It has a bunch of cool perks, and right now Diaz is actually elected through the Perk Apocalypse perk. And this actually showed us that it won't actually be getting its third perk, even though it says it should. It's actually only getting 2 perks, and this is probably the same with Barry. But the new hidden Jerrys are pretty insane, and you can find them through doing any skill in the game. So as I said before, you need to actually be grinding some sort of skill for getting Jerrys to spawn. This can be combat, mining, foraging, farming, basically anything. I don't really know about enchanting, I don't think so, or alchemy, but the other skills definitely actually spawned one. So here's a quick clip of me actually going and doing some farming, and it spawned a blue Jerry, hidden Jerry, and it takes about 5 hits to kill, and it doesn't matter your sword because it's kind of like the spooky mobs where they take a certain amount of hits no matter what, and they're pretty easy to kill. So one thing, if you're doing farming like me, make sure that when you're doing farming that you have a place for them to spawn, because unluckily for me, I have no space between my farms. They're like literally touching. So when I got one of them, it spawned in another farm that was above mine, and it ended up voiding itself. So make sure you have a space above your farm for them to spawn, or things like that could happen. So now the items. So when you kill this Jerry, you end up getting this thing called a Jerry box. So looking at my AH, I actually sold one of these, and basically it says Blue Jerry box, obtained while Mayor Jerry is elected, contains coins, skill XP, and posh Jerry items. So that's basically what you can get in the box if you open it, but I highly advise don't open it. The items you can get are pretty good, but 90% of the time you will not profit. What I've seen most people say is that they got about like 50k or 5k coins from opening their box 90% of the time, and they didn't really ever profit. So you can get so much more by just selling the box, and it's for sure going to drop in price because it's very easy to get. So the best bet right now is to just sell them, and then eventually when the prices drop a lot towards the end of the Jerry event, you can go and buy some and actually start rolling for the good drops. So here are some of the new Jerry items. First of all, there's the Jerry 3D glasses. You put this on your Jerry pet that is legendary, and it will turn it to mythic. And if you look at a mythic pet, which we can see here, so if you look at this Jerry, it says that it bestows more damage on the AUTJ. So I've heard that this basically makes the AUTJ a mage weapon, as well as making it better for damage. And combined with the perk of Legendary Jerry that adds damage to the AUTJ, it might actually make the AUTJ a pretty decent weapon. I don't know too much about it, so don't quote me on it if it's really good or anything, but it might actually be pretty good. I don't know. So the next thing you can get are the boxes, as I said before. So it goes all the way up to golden, and obviously the better it is, the better stuff you'll get from it. I don't know the exact specifics of what you can get from each box, but I'm assuming it's kind of like a gift where nothing's exclusive to certain gifts, but if you pick a better one, you obviously have a higher chance of getting the better items. Then another item that came out was Jerry Candy, and this is actually pretty good. And you right click it and it gives you all these stats: plus 100 health, plus 20 strength, plus 2% ferocity, 100 intelligence, and 3 magic find for 20 minutes. So in dungeons, this could actually be useful, or maybe later in the game somewhere it could actually be useful. So there's also this Jerry stone, and it requires mining skill 1 to use, and it gives the Jerry's reforge. So that one just sold, and basically I'm gonna go and try to get one. I'm gonna buy one and put it on my put it on some weapon or show what it gives. So this actually only works with the aspect of the Jerry. It costs 1 coin to put on, and this is what it gives. It basically gives 25 additional strength, 10% crit chance, and plus 10 crit damage. So obviously if you have a recombobulated one, it's going to give better stats, but just comparing it to a Livid Dagger right now, you can see that it gives a decent, it gives pretty good stats. So the Livid Dagger Fabled gives plus 75 strength and plus 50% crit damage, and this gives the same stats for crit damage at common and the same strength at and gives plus 25 strength at common. So it's probably slightly better with the uncommon variant, but I don't know too much about it, and unless you're gonna do the full thing and get the pet and get all the stuff, get mythic pet and everything, it's probably not worth getting this. So another item that's here is a Jerry Sheen gun. So basically a Jerry machine gun. It looks to be pretty good, but I've heard that it's not like very good, but I still haven't gone to testing it. So maybe later I can go more in depth on these items. But basically it's a Jerry machine gun and it costs 10 mana, so it can be really spammed. So it could be very good. I don't know too much about it, but there it is. So I said I didn't really understand the Jerry gun or what it did, and I said it was kind of bad, but it is actually insane for floor 7. I might make a bigger video on this, but basically it kind of allows you to climb walls. So I'll give you a quick example. So it's kind of like the Bonzo staff, but much faster and requires a lot less mana. And it doesn't do the most damage, but for this thing, it's really useful. So it only does like 7,000 damage right now, but if you see this wall, I can go and I can just right click here and I can basically climb the wall. And because it's so cheap, the mana cost, I can do it for so long. And I basically refill mana faster than it takes to use it up. So I can basically infinitely go up any wall I want. And it's pretty insane for dungeons, especially when you want to get the crystals fast. So next thing is these Jerry talismans. And there's 3 variants, I'm pretty sure. So the first one is the green Jerry talisman, which is uncommon. Then the blue Jerry talisman, which is rare. And then finally the purple Jerry talisman, which is epic. So I actually found out there's a golden one, and these are the recipes. So for the purple one, you need 5 purple to make a golden. Then you need 5 blue to make a purple. And you need 5 green to get the blue one. And you get this one from the boxes. So you're going to need a lot of these green Jerry talismans. And if you have enough, you should be able to get that golden one. Oh yeah, there's also a Jerry rune. I don't know too much about it, but I don't really think anyone cares about those. So that should basically cover most of the Jerry items. This was just a quick video to tell you what the new items are and a quick rundown on how the event works. I'll go a little bit more in depth in maybe another video after the event has been out for a while. And I've also heard that they might be nerfing some drop chances, because right now it's really easy for you to get them if you do something like pearl spamming. So that is something I've heard through my guild, but I don't know the validity of it. But that's basically it. Thank you guys for watching. Comment, like, and subscribe, and see you in the next video. Bye!